this has been like an amazing journey, and we took a little bit of break, and we're back again for the second season, and we're so excited to grace. This will be the first one as we come back for the second season. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to quickly read a short bio of you, Bonita, and then we'll get started as well. So Bonita, as you guys are, know or might not know, she is a social media specialist working remotely for an e-marketing company while raising two toddlers at home. I don't know how you do it. And she's also a content creator who shares a motherhood journey, the eyes, the struggles, and the lesson with the hope of encouraging other people who may feel alone. Alongside that, she also had an angel baby who spent 3.5 months in the hospital before she had to make one of the hardest decisions of her life. We're so sorry to hear that. And she's so passionate about honest conversations around the fears of motherhood, as well as animal creativity and connection. Welcome, welcome, Bonita, for joining us today. Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank
you.
you. I would say the main thing that inspired me was I had postpartum depression, and you don't really see much people. You see all the articles and things, but it seems so like generic written. It's not like someone's
Mm,
personal experience, personal, feelings. And I feel like everyone's postpartum depression looks different. So finding really like someone that's been through something similar to you is very hard out there. So I feel like, just unapologetic, authentically putting myself out there, I feel like I am connecting to people, and they're connecting to me, and it makes me feel a bit better, like, okay, I'm not the only one going through things. And everything online is this picture perfect families and these
mm,
clean kids and things, but in reality it's not like that. The hair is not always perfect. We're always running after toddlers. You sometimes look worse than like death itself. And I feel like putting that out there and putting the authentic, like, the real mom out there, like this is actually how parenting is. It's so important because these days we compare ourselves so much, like, oh, look at that mom and look how pretty her kids are and all white. No, that's not realistic. And I feel like there needs to be more people putting it out there and just, be more relatable to. And that is what's motivated me to just share my
mm.
journey, as rough as it can be, but it's out there.
Oh, I love that. I love that because, like you said, being authentic is, for me, that's one of my biggest things. To be authentic
Yes.
about how we really are. Because oftentimes, like you said, we've seen, moms or people in general with this perfect picture that you're like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing anything wrong? Am I lazy? Or am I, maybe I'm not built for motherhood? And sometimes we question ourselves, not knowing that it's just a little dot of their life that they curated, and to me
Yes.
that is not authenticity. I mean, it's good to see the good part because oftentimes we can have a good part as well, right? But it's also amazing to be able to be authentic and share the struggles and the victories and the joy that also comes with everything. So I love that you
Yes.
mentioned that. So why do you think that mothers often feel pressure to appear perfect even when they're struggling internally?
I feel majority is society's fault, because society has got this image of, if you, and I feel like it's like if you work from home, you need to, be all dressed up and ready for the day. And if you send your kids to creche, then you're a bad mother. But if you keep them at home, you're a lazy mother. You can't really win. But then society has made it so difficult, and everyone's trying to fit into like a type of mom, or a B type of mom, or and
Yeah.
we all mother different, we all parent different, we all live different lifestyles. What works for me as a parent is not going to work for the next parent.
Mm,
And I feel like so many people, and there's so many things like, oh, you need to potty train your kid like this, or you need to, do your kid, dress them up like this, or you need to send your kid to homeschool because the government schools are so
mm,
bad, or whatever it
mm,
is. And everyone tries to fit into those boxes, but I mean, financially, it might not be the best option for you, or time
right.
wise, not the best option for you. So I feel like it really is difficult, following. Everyone feels so pressured to fit into this little boxes, because everyone's trying to be like, oh, I want to be friends. Let me just try and be like her because maybe she'll be friends with me.
Mm,
But in real
mm,
life, we all are our own people, and we need to be
yeah.
ourselves, because that is what makes us us. And I feel like if we can get that more out there and not try to fit the boxes, then it would be just such a better world, and we will raising kids, the
Mm,
next generation, to be so much more healthier, because
yeah.
they're seeing us currently carrying on trying to fit the boxes, and they're going to be like that when they're older. And it's not really like, it's not good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You're so right. I love that. I love that you mentioned parenting is not a one size kind of fit all. It's not a cookie
No.
cutter. And oftentimes, as much as I see the why people do it and the motivation sometimes that comes with it, I often wonder, when people talk about, 5 steps to be a good mom, 5 steps, you did that. And I'm like, come on, there is no 5 steps to be this, whatever you're looking for. Like you said, everyone's life is different. And everybody's situation, their circumstances, their backgrounds, their experiences, it's so different and it's unique
Yes,
to everyone that you can't say this is, I mean, I get that sometimes you can, say certain things that is generalized to everyone, but oftentimes, especially with social media, it's often, there's 5 ways to do this and how to do that, and it can be so confusing and actually overwhelming, especially for new mom or moms in general, that are struggling themselves already, right? So can you describe a moment in your own motherhood journey as you're going through it right now when guilt or shame felt overwhelming for you, and how did you work through that?
I would say mainly when I started content creation slash working. The time to find time to fit in the kids and still individually giving them attention, especially having a second baby. That was really like mom guilt 101 because when I got home with the baby, my first, not my second born, well, which is now the toddler, she was the only child then because the firstborn didn't
Mm,
survive. She was ignoring me. She was literally like hating me. Like mom guilt, just
mm,
finding time for just her, it was difficult because when you got this newborn, the husband started working. He was unemployed. He got retrenched while I was pregnant. He literally got a new job and
mm,
needed to start on the Monday. I gave birth to Saturday. So I was left home with a newborn and a toddler. It was horrible. But I think mom guilt mainly set in then. But, finding ways just to make time for both kids individually, mom guilt
yeah.
101, because you are tending to the
Mhm.
baby a bit more than the toddler sometimes because the baby is more needy, but
Absolutely.
definitely like, that's mom guilt 101, like that transition from having one child in the house for 2 years and now all of a sudden there's two, and you started a new
Mhm.
job still, so you need to divide your attention between two kids and you have a work. That is like really like mom guilt 101.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is tough. And like you said, oftentimes if you have, especially if you have a toddler and then you have a baby, it's just natural for you to kind of take care and be a little